Happy full moon in Libra. I'm here to offer you some integration practices to really help ground yourself in the energy of Libra and in the archetypal energies that are related to it in the tarot. And using the wisdom of those cards to navigate this energy and to help us extract the wisdom that is here for us to apply now. So we had the full moon, which is a time of illumination, right? It's the time where things become obvious. And in this particular full moon, things were really clear, and it's also related to the Venusian energy. So that's the energy that I want to speak to first, because the themes around that I found particularly potent in this full moon. So Libra is ruled by Venus, which is the planet of love, beauty, and pleasure. And it's related to the Empress archetype in the tarot. The Empress. She is feminine, right? There's a very receptive energy to Libra, to the Empress, and to this full moon. And the Empress's wisdom is all about radical receiving. Radically receiving, right? So in Libra, we have this this theme of relationship, right? And we have this theme of balance that's coming in here. And so we want to look at the places in our life where the giving and receiving is not balanced or is out of harmony. And that's what this is illuminating here. And deeper under that, what is stopping us from receiving? And that would be our worthiness, right? So it's bringing up these themes of worthiness in us. So if we don't feel worthy of receiving, we won't be open to receiving. So this is a very, intense but beautiful lesson. So the Empress is a very earthy, very sensual, very tied to the senses. So a great integration practice to help feed this capacity to receive and open up, and to help give an action that will, to ourselves, that will show us that we indeed deem ourselves worthy of receiving, is to just settle into our senses. It's very simple, but very powerful. So the more that we can, take in the smells, take in the feeling of the air brushing against our skin, releasing our weight into the earth and feeling our feet on the ground, just tasting our food and enjoying it, really enjoying it. These are really simple practices that you can weave and integrate into your daily life and bring attention to help you start to feel the abundance that is available here right now. And if you want to go further, you can, do something like a bath and really feel the warm water, put oils in there, really feel the luxuriousness of it. And that will help you get in tune and feed your relationship with the Empress energy. Libra is known to love luxury, and she has this refined energy to her. So this will help you really get in tune with that and to feed this deeply nourishing energy in yourself. The other card archetype in the tarot that Libra is related to is justice. And in my deck, it's called adjustment, but it's the same energy. So we have our sword here. We have our balances here. Her eyes are closed, also very feminine, receptive energy. And this energy is one of detachment. So we have the embodiment energy with the Empress, right? But we have this other aspect where there's like this detachment. And the way that we can use that energy and justice that would serve us really well is to observe, to take that observer stance on the thoughts, the beliefs, and the stories that are coming up around worthiness, or rather the ones that are getting in the way of us receiving pleasure. So we can use that sword of truth, clarity, and discernment to cut away all those thoughts and stories and beliefs that come up that don't serve us, that don't that stand in the way of us opening up to that Empress energy. So you can imagine that you're now carrying with yourself this sword for the waning moon. So we went to the full moon, we're gonna be waning until the new moon. And in the waning moon, it's a great energy to let go, right? So we planted the seed at the new moon, we nurtured it to the full moon, to illumination and culmination. And now we're letting go of the things that are not in alignment, that do not serve the intention that we put into the new moon. And so we can just, take that balancing energy, take that centering energy to come back to our center and to anchor in and root in to our values and the value of receiving and the value of pleasure. And we can look at the mental chatter around that and look at it from a perspective to really see, like, is this serving to nourish these values of worthiness, or is it actually something that maybe is no longer serving and no longer, that does not serve the value of worthiness in my life? And so I can just take that sword and imagine myself cutting the cord between me and that energy, and just keep doing it as a practice. Whenever you catch yourself in that, just, I'm going to take out my sword. I'm just going to cut that cord that ties me to those thoughts, beliefs, or stories, because I am choosing to hone that discerning energy, that observing energy, to then feed this embodied and open and receptive energy to the abundance that is available to me, right? And so this is really the energy that I was feeling coming up with this full moon. Very receptive, very feminine energy. And very powerful archetypes to work with. So these are little practices that you can weave into the coming days and even to the new moon, to make sure that that you're really aligned with your values, that you're really giving back to yourself. Give to yourself, fill your cup. You are so worthy. I love you so much. I'm right there with you with these practices. We can all stand to hold ourselves in that vibration of worthiness more. So I hope these practices serve you, and I'll be checking in again really soon for the new moon. Sending you so much love.